We are living in an age where everyone has language for psychology, but not the discipline for the introspection. People can define narcissism, gaslighting, and trauma responses, but struggle to identify their own patterns in real time. The tools of awareness are everywhere. Pointed matters. Most people carry a flashlight for others and a mirror for themselves and rarely switch hands. That imbalance distorts how we judge, how we forgive, how we accuse, and how we grow. So today's lens is very simple: mirror versus flashlight. This is the prescription, and I'm your host, the Trill Pill. But we don't chase comfort, we chase clarity. Let's start the show. Welcome back to the prescription. You understand me? I'm your host, Trill Pill. This episode is going to be short and sweet, just like my favorite flavor of a black woman. You understand me? Short and sweet, just like my favorite flavor of a black woman. Today, we're going to dig into the framework of the mirror versus the flashlight, the blind spot of narcissism, the misdiagnosis of narcissism, and things of that nature. All right, we're going to get right into it. So, the flashlight is outward. It's outward facing judgment, and it scans behavior, it highlights the flaws, and it builds cases. It has value, it has exposure, it has accountability, and it has some form of truth telling matter. But flashlight only thinking creates a prosecutor mindset. So every conflict becomes the evidence, every disagreement becomes diagnosis. Social platforms reward this because the accusation spreads faster than the introspection. The flashlight becomes the identity, not a tool, but a posture. So using this flashlight without any restraint, the flashlight turns perception into prosecution. The mirror is an inward facing accountability, and it asks what you contributed, what you assumed, what you avoided, and what you triggered. The mirror work is slow, it's private, it's dark a lot of times. It rarely goes viral and doesn't generate applause, but it produces behavioral change instead of narrative control. The mirror separates the impact from intention and adds the ownership of your portion. Not all of the blame, just your share. The mirror doesn't excuse others, it corrects you. All right, so there we have the flashlight, the outward facing judgment. We have the mirror, the inward facing judgment. Again, the flashlight is the outward facing judgment. It scans behavior, highlights flaws, and builds cases. It has value, exposure, accountability, and truth telling matter. But flashlight only thinking creates a prosecutor mindset. And the mirror is inward facing accountability. It asks what you contributed, what you assumed, what you avoided, and what you triggered, right? The mirror work is slow and private, and it rarely goes viral, and it doesn't generate applause, but it produces behavioral change instead of narrative control. You understand? So the flashlight used without restraint, the flashlight turns perception into prosecution, and the mirror doesn't excuse others, it corrects you instead. The reality check is this: not every conflict is 50-50, right? You've been through some things in your life and dealt with some people in your life, whether it might be in a personal relationship or a job or just something that you were doing in your life, and something went wrong, right? Sometimes you take all the blame, but it's not all yours to carry. You understand what I'm saying? Now, like I said, not every conflict is 50-50. So the mirror work is not self-betrayal. Some situations are really just unjust or manipulative or abusive. The mirror is not there to make you excuse the harm, but it's there to keep you from lying to yourself about your side of the street. The accuracy beats the automatic guilt, right? The accuracy beats the automatic guilt. You understand? So if you ever been into a situation where um you know it wasn't all your fault. Like for instance, my marriage. I always use myself as an example. It wasn't all my fault. You feel what I'm saying? But I can't control her side. But what I can control is my side. You understand what I'm saying? I can control what I did or didn't do that contributed to that. Even though they may or may not have, that's just taking accountability for the things that I've done. You feel what I'm saying? It's one of the things that is regardless whether you know you did wrong or you didn't do no wrong, whatever, you had some type of contribution to the fracture, whether it was 50-50, whether it was 70-30, 60-40, 80-20, or 90-10. Whatever percentage is your fault. 95-5. You feel what I'm saying? But whatever percentage is your fault, the mirror is there to keep you from lying to yourself about your side of the street. It's being pinpoint accurate. And that beats the automatic guilt. That's going to allow you to heal and move on versus that person that blames everybody else for their shit. You feel what I'm saying? You got people out here who will blame everybody else for their unhappiness when you are in charge of your happiness. You are in charge. You are in charge of majority of the things that you think other people made you do, if that makes any sense. Nobody made you do anything. This is a choice. You deal with the consequences of your choice, whether they're good or bad, and then you move on and you learn from it. This has contributed to the misdiagnosis of narcissism because people don't really know what the fuck that shit really even means. You understand me? So, for those who don't, I'm going to do you a favor, right? I want to give you the definition, all right? A narcissist is an individual with an excessive unhealthy preoccupation with themselves, characterized by grandiose sense of self-importance, a desperate need for constant admiration, and a profound lack of empathy for others. They often exploit others, feel entitled, and mask deep-seated insecurity with arrogance, frequently causing troubled relationships. The grandiosity, the unrealistic sense of superiority, exaggerating talents and achievements, need for admiration, constantly seeking validation, praise, and attention to boost their ego, lack of empathy, the inability or unwillingness to recognize the feelings and needs or perspectives of others, the entitlement, expecting special treatment and automatic compliance with their wishes, the exploitative relationships, using, manipulating, or taking advantage of others to achieve their own goals, the arrogance and the envy, displaying haughty behaviors, bragging and envying others while believing others envy them. You can do all the rest of the work yourself and go into that yourself. All right, that's just to understand what we're talking about. All right, I see a lot of content talking about, oh, did they want a narcissist and all that? And 9 times out of 10, the narcissist is you. You feel what I'm saying? And sometimes, like I said, because some part of that description is very vague in some parts, you can kind of flip and play, word games and all that shit. But the narcissists know exactly who the fuck they are, or they might not. And that's part of the problem. I can go further into detail with personal experiences, but I'd rather not just for right now. You feel what I'm saying? I want to stay on topic. I want to stay direct. I want to stay pure. I want to stay focused because we right in the thick of it, right? So the guardrails, not every conflict is 50-50. The mirror work is not self-betrayal. Some situations really are just unjust, or really some situations are unjust, manipulative, or abusive. The mirror is not there to make you excuse harm. It's there to keep you from lying to yourself about your side of the street. The accuracy beats the automatic guilt. All right. So now you have to understand there's a trick bag when it comes to dealing with this shit, with the narcissism and the narcissism, things of that nature. I'm just here to provide clarity. You feel what I'm saying? To let you know what the fuck is really going on. There's a trick bag in this shit, right? Remember, house of mirrors. You feel what I'm saying? The house of mirrors. So the most dangerous distortion is when people claim mirror work while practicing flashlight behavior, performative self-awareness, confession as branding, using I'm healed as armor against critique. See, the language of reflection gets used without the discipline of reflection. And the ego learns therapy vocabulary and calls it transformation. Your mind can really play tricks on you. If you keep thinking a thought, it eventually will just become your truth, not the truth, but your separate truth, right? The people who doing wrong make themselves feel like they're doing right. It's a element of cognitive dissonance that's involved in narcissism. Like I said before, using the I'm healed as a, as an armor against critique. The language of reflection gets used without the discipline of reflection. The ego learns therapy vocabulary and calls it, excuse me, the ego learns therapy vocabulary and calls it transformation. But the real mirror work produces behavior edits, not better speeches. Everybody got some shit to say about how they heal, but have you really healed? I've had that realization to myself. And everybody will come to that point, especially when you dealt with something, deal with things that are traumatic and you're trying to move on past it, but you got to deal with those things that's back there. You can't leave them back there just yet. You got to deal with them first. And once you deal with them, then you can move on. You understand what I'm saying? People have learned the lingo. It's been popular and going viral to just learn the lingo, the narcissism and the gaslighting, and all of a sudden everybody's a motherfucking psychologist when half these niggas ain't even been to the motherfucking therapy. They ain't been to therapy. They ain't been to no psychologist. They ain't been to nobody to talk about what the fuck they went through. They don't watch YouTube and now they know what the fucking narcissist is. They sit there and watch fucking YouTube videos and YouTube therapy. They sit there and ask Chat GPT as a therapist. They ain't really went and go did the work yet. They ain't been inside that mirror. You got to go inside that mirror. I constantly talk about the mirror because The mirror is where I learn everything. I look myself in the mirror every single morning. It's been some days that I've cried. It's been some days that I smiled. It's been some days that I just stared there. It's been some days where I didn't know who the fuck it was. It's been some days where I didn't even want to look in the fucking mirror. And been some days where it hurt me to look in the fucking mirror because I couldn't believe who I had become or how far I had fallen. And it's been some days where I looked in that mirror and realized like I'm that nigga. And I put my shit on. And I smile. You know? But that mirror's gonna tell you the fucking truth. You don't even have to speak no words. That's how badass the mirror is. That's how true the mirror is. You don't even have to speak no words. Just look yourself in the eyes. We rarely look ourselves in the eyes. Go to that mirror. Look at yourself. Look at your body. Look how you feel. What makes you happy? If you're not happy with it, go change it. What's standing in front of you, changing what you see or not being, happy with what you see? You got to change that. It's not going to happen in one day. It takes time. That mirror is, for some people, a brick wall. Excuse me. For some people, that mirror is a brick wall. The mirror is going to pull no punches. The mirror is going to show you exactly who you really are. It'll reveal yourself. And if you stare in that mirror long enough, you'll find out who you really are and what you're capable of. You'll start noticing, oh, I'm just doing this shit to escape who I really am. That mirror is going to heal you. You got to feel that pain that mirror provides if you feel in pain. People always say, the eyes are the keys to the soul. That's old folklore, Native American folklore, wherever it comes from. Look yourself in the eyes and see how you feel. What emotion comes out when you look yourself in the eyes? I'm telling you, like I said before, it's been times now where I've cried, smiled, felt like shit, and feel like that nigga. But that mirror is going to hold you. That mirror is concrete. You can't hide from that mirror. You can't. See, in any conflict, you have to ask yourself one stabilizing question. What part of this is mine? Not the whole story. Not forced guilt. Just your portion. The question alone shifts you from reaction to calibration. Tool switching is maturity. And if your self-awareness never changes your behavior, then it's just self-description. The insight doesn't alter action. Right? How can I put this? In any insight that doesn't alter the action is autobiography. It's not growth. Your self-awareness needs, changes your behavior. It needs to. It's a requirement that goes into that shadow work shit and all that extra shit and all the other shit that I'll explain in later time. Like I said, this episode is gonna be short and sweet, just like my favorite flavor of a black woman. You feel what I'm saying? So some people want justice with the flashlight and mercy with the mirror. Some people want justice with the flashlight and mercy with the mirror. So as I close this out, right? Both tools are necessary. The flashlight finds external truth, while the mirror finds internal distortion. The wisdom is knowing which one you're holding and when to rotate the grip. Most conflict isn't caused by darkness. Most conflict is caused by misdirected light. I'm gonna say that shit again. All right. The mirror and the flashlight are both necessary. Hold your hands out like when you got a mirror, like you hitting the Dougie. Y'all know when we hit the Dougie in Dallas, we held that mirror up, right? You held that mirror up to see how fly you was. Hold that mirror up in one hand and like you holding a flashlight in the other hand. Both tools are necessary. The flashlight finds external truth. The mirror finds internal distortion. Wisdom is knowing which one you're holding and when to rotate the grip. Most conflict isn't caused by darkness. It's caused by misdirected light. Outrage culture trains flashlight muscles. Discipline builds mirror muscles. One gets attention and the other builds character. I'm going to say it again. Outrage culture. All this, I want to go viral shit, all this fake therapy shit, all this fake mental health shit, all this fake mental health lingo to mask what you really ain't hear, all the fucking quotes and all of everything niggas be putting up, but don't really mean the quote, don't even live the quotes, I live what I rap. And it's proven. Thousands and thousands of episodes, it's proven. It's proven. Thousands and thousands of conversations. It's proven. Thousands of hours putting in this work. It's proven. You can see it in my walk. You can hear it in my talk. You can look me in my eyes and know that I'm fucking telling the truth. I'm living it. I don't have to lie about it. I don't talk on things I haven't went through if I'm doing this. I need everything I'm saying to have weight to it. That's why I work hard to find ways to bring it to you, because you might be going through it too. But again, both tools are necessary. The flashlight finds external truth. The mirror finds internal distortion. Wisdom is knowing which one you're holding and when to rotate the grip. Most conflict isn't caused by darkness. It's caused by misdirected light. The outrage culture, all the bullshit quotes and all that shit people be doing on the internet, a lot of that shit niggas they haven't really run through. They just know it's cool to be fake introspective and I'm fake depressed and fake possessed and fake suicidal and fake homicidal. And they don't really, and they ain't never been to the edge of that cliff with their toes wiggling out that motherfucker. They ain't never felt the darkness inside. Like a lot of them just, it's fake and it's performative bullshit, right? The outrage culture trains flashlight muscles. Everything about some of these niggas is performative. They do it for the gram. They do it for Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and whatever platform that allows these niggas to spread this propaganda of bullshit. The outrage culture trains flashlight muscles, but that discipline, how hard you work, you getting up, you going to school, you going to work every day. You busting your ass every day. You work hard on your craft. Every day you work hard on the gifts that God gave you. Every day you go in that gym and you put in some type of pain. You're getting down. You're working. You putting in some type of pain to get a reward. Not nothing that's right now, but you playing the long game. Discipline builds mirror muscles. When the one gets attention and the other builds character. That's my time. This is The Prescription. I'm your host, Trill Pill. Make sure You pay attention to the bottom. You can support me down there. Venmo, Cash App. It's all down there. It's been going down there the whole episode. True World Order 1 at Gmail. Come holler at me. Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Come holler at me. That QR code at the right top hand of your screen, the right top hand of your black mirror, whether you're on your phone, your tablet, your goddamn chirp phone, your Nokia brick, your sidekick, whatever you got, that top right hand corner of the screen is a QR code. It's going to take you to the prescription, the Substack. All these episodes have a Substack article attached to them. Just giving a frame or giving a different perspective that I got while doing this as well. You understand what I'm saying? I enjoy what I do, and I enjoy doing this. And like I said, we done. You know what I'm saying? Episode just about as long as your favorite TV show, sitcom. You feel me? 27, 30 minutes. Not too long. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be that long when you know it's powerful. You know you really saying something, you ain't gotta be on here all motherfucking day. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you fuck with me. You understand what I'm saying? And make sure you love yourself. Mind your mental to be monumental. You understand what I'm saying? Mind your mental to be monumental. Stay true and healing. Most of all, stay mentally true. All right? Don't be a leech. Be a leader. I'm out of here.